Hi, my name's Paul Nyman. I've been interviewing for the last 25 years, and during that period of time, I worked internally as a internal recruiter within global businesses, and for the last 20 years, I've been running my own recruitment business. In that period of time, I've interviewed some 25,000 people, and what I'm putting forward here is part of the Killer Question series, which is that question that many of us get asked: what do you want to be in 5 years' time? And often we get asked that question, and the question is a little bit daunting because it's what's the answer I'm going to give? What does the interviewer want to hear, and how should I respond? The most important thing, number one, is you respond realistically, and number two, you respond honestly. The question can be a bit of a trick. The question can also be an opportunity and a bit of a filler for interviewers just to dump a question in whilst they're trying to figure out what else to say. But ultimately, what you want to do, you must give a realistic answer and an honest answer. Because if they don't work, then what happens is you'll get offered a role in an organisation that thinks you want to achieve X, and the reality is you want to achieve Y. So honesty and reality have to work. So let's go back. Why does an interviewer ask that question? What do you want to be in 5 years' time? Sometimes this question can be used to understand, have you thought about your career plan? So are you someone who's comfortable with the steady state, ABC, or are you somebody that wants to progress upwards and be ever advancing up in their career? If you thought about each of those pieces and you consider the aspects of that, then that individual will be viewed by the interviewer in a positive light. And whether it be answer A or answer B is irrelevant. The right answer is the answer that you believe fits you and your lifestyle, because that's the amount of work and pressure that you're going into you creating your career. From a balance perspective, what the interviewer's most likely going to be interested in is how you've worked through the rationale of thinking out that answer. So, what do you want to be in 5 years' time? There is no answer, but the answer to it has to be thought out and considered. So if you want to do the same job for the next 10 years, the reason for that is because you might have childcare duties, you might have parents who need support, you might have actually a desire to go and help a local sponsorship group, you might have the desire to be part of a charity, and therefore you want to split your time between work and home. You might want to be chief exec of the organisation and you've only just started as a graduate. But if you want to achieve that, what's the reason you want to be chief exec? And put some rationale behind it. You might want to say, I want to move up 2 levels and then consolidate my position. Give a reason for that. But what you can also do is show humility by illustrating what you believe to be your weaknesses and what you believe to be your strengths. Because humility in the course of an interview is a really positive aspect to show. So when you're answering the question, keep it to 60 to 90 seconds. A good interviewer will come back. If the interviewer does not come back in the course of that response to that question, ask them if they would like you to clarify anything. And if they don't want you to clarify anything, either, number one, they've not listened to the answer to your question. Number two, you're really, really good at answering questions. Or number three, actually the answer that you've given probably doesn't match what they're looking for, or they don't understand it. That's number four. In the course of all of this, there's always my 3 R's that I mentioned before. Reinforce your competencies. Reiterate your fit for the business. And importantly, don't be fearful of repeating what you said before in other questions. So in summary, the question which is a real killer, what do you want to be in 5 years' time? There is no answer. Give the answer honestly and with integrity. Give it realistic and show steps as to why you want to achieve that. At the end of your answer, ask the interviewer, have I answered your question, and do you have any other questions for me? This is the question, what do you want to be in 5 years' time, which is part of the Killer Question series. There are other questions that I've posted, other examples in the Killer Question series that I have posted. So do subscribe, like and share with others. Follow my YouTube channel. I'll be posting more in a week or so's time, and I look forward to catching up with you soon.